This week we get into all our pop topics,
including Brooke Schofield, Donald Trump, and Jama Stormzy's breakup.
Plus we give our thoughts on the Madeline Argy, Central Cee and Spice triangle.
And why we need Love Island to end ASAP.
Hello, welcome back to Pop-Off Podcast with me, Isla.
And me, Lewys Ball. She addressed the elephant in the room. I'm blonde.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Took me a second to notice it when you walked through the door, because I've been saying to you, like, are you going to dye your hair blonde? And you're like, no. So, like, it feels normal for your hair to be blonde.
Yeah, and also I went to a concert with my friend last night and, like, she didn't say anything the whole time. And I was just like, I think people... Also, because I wear hats so often nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
that's true. You have been wearing a hat.
You don't really, like, process my hair color. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, I went back blonde. It's very, like... It's not yellow, but it's very, like... I made it very clear I didn't want, like, a platinum.
Yeah, it's strawberry.
Like, yeah, like, I wanted, like, a quite darker... It's not natural because you can quite clearly tell it's bleached because my eyebrows are, like, really dark. But, like, a natural colour of a blonde. Yeah, I just did it because I feel like consistently in my life, like, every 6 months I look different. And every 6 months I change. Like... I feel like my weight fluctuates loads. Like, I'm always changing my hair. Like, I've had long hair, makeup era, short hair, like buzzed hair.
Long?
Long,
okay.
really short.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then I was just like looking at pictures of me from this time last year, and I was like, I look the exact same. This is the first time in my life I've not looked back at me from last year and gone, wow, I look different. So obviously I had an identity crisis and had to do something about it. And the easiest thing to do was just bleach my hair. I don't know if I like it. I think it's fine. I didn't do it and I was like, oh, what a fitty. Yeah. I was just like, at least I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I was like, it could have been worse. So
I find it so hard with trying to really, like, invent myself though. Like, I have honestly looked the same since I was about 12.
I know. And I don't understand, like, how, like, I guess, like, filler.
Yeah, like
I don't want. I've gotten so scared of filler recently because I've had a thought about it. Like, what worries me about filler is, like, where it all migrates to when you don't keep topping it up and you don't keep going to it. So, like, because you know how filler never dissolves. Like, it scientifically stays, just migrates around and doesn't dissolve. So say it obviously when you're constantly getting it in your, like, jaw or on your lips, it, like, tops up and it keeps it in shape. But when you don't, like, where does it, like, it just, I don't know, it stresses me out.
Anything that I have to upkeep is a big fucking fat no for me, because it's just not in my DNA to, I do something once because I want to change, and then that's about it.
Yeah, I would just want to go back to how I was before. If you start filler, I feel like that's like a commitment for life. Like, you've now got to, every 6 months, go and fucking inject yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Where would you get filler?
I want it on my jaw, and, like, I just want it to be a bit more like her. That's the best way to describe it.
Oh, can you give me something to do so I can reinvent myself? Like a hair colour, please.
I think you'd really suit an eyebrow piercing.
I've been saying this. What about a face tattoo?
Yeah, you've said this. I don't mind the one that you said, the rose there. I like that idea.
Okay, but I'm talking about, like,
would you want like a rose there when you're 45?
I wouldn't get a rose there.
Oh, what would you get? I thought it was a rose.
Oh, no.
I thought it was like, no, but like, and like a nice rose, like the other rose you have, like the long stem one.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was like a long stem. I don't know why I just imagined that.
I don't know either, because I've never said that.
What the? Just like giving you.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I do want, like, okay, a tattoo is more like.
Oh, for audio listeners, we're talking about not actual face tattoo. It's like the bit between your ear and your face, like before your...
Like your tragus.
Yeah.
Is that your tragus? Yeah, that where you get your piercing.
Because I forget that not everybody watches this, so they'll be like, I'm going to get a tattoo here, and then they're like, where is here?
Under your eye. Yeah, but then I'm thinking more like, kind of like semi-permanent, like maybe like a hair colour change.
Eyebrow piercing is technically semi-permanent.
Eyebrow piercing is painful. I want something that's not painful.
You wouldn't do it, but you buzz all your hair.
I know. Okay, that's too semi-permanent. Like, I need something to, because I love getting braids. I love doing all of that stuff, but it's just like, I was getting braids last year. Like, this year, I want a change. Like, if this is the thing, I love having curly hair. It's amazing, but you can't, like, switch it up that much, because unless you're getting, like, especially because mine's bleached, I can't straighten it because my hair will literally fall out. And I can only get braids, really. And even getting braids, I still get very sad, like, taking out the braids because your hair sheds, and it's just, like, really, like, dramatic and upsetting. So yeah, I'm just thinking, like, a hair colour change. I had ginger hair. But that's another thing, like keeping up ginger hair is fucking long.
Really?
Yeah, because it just washes out in like a couple months.
What about like...
I was going to get like baby pink hair, but you have to like bleach the fuck out of your hair. It has to be white, basically.
God, I don't know. Would you ever experiment with wigs?
Yeah, I could do wig, I guess. But they only last for like a week.
Yeah. What about like a bob cunt? Like a bob cunt wig. You'd suit like a long with like a wispy fringe.
I want
like a honey blonde long with like a wispy fringe.
Or like a shag cut.
Yeah, that would be
a shag cut would be
cool.
hot. If anyone has any suggestions on how I can reinvent myself, like to do with like more short-term things, maybe like even a slit in my eyebrow might be quite cute. Should we do it together?
We could do it together. I just want to know if anyone has slitted their eyebrow before, what the growth back process is. Like, does it grow back like patchy? Because I've got big eyebrows, but like you've got quite like small.
Yeah,
like,
I basically have a slit in one eyebrow because it just grows all fat.
Like, whereas mine are quite bushy and big. I don't want it to start like looking like Frankenstein when it starts growing back. And like now I just have to commit to an eyebrow slit for the rest of your life. Unless I want to like go through like 3 months of ugly eyebrows. You just got back from my beef. How was it?
Yeah, I did. It was really, really good. Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely 6 a.m, but so go is
What clubs? Did you go to clubs?
Yeah.
I feel like you were very quiet on social media when you went.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I just get nervous because like I get scared of posting things on the night and then I get scared of posting things in the morning. So I just don't end up posting anything.
Yeah.
And then with my socials and stuff, like I feel like Ibiza is one place which is quite hard because you're literally like it's back to back, like bus club, another club sort of thing. And then when you're not, you're either sleeping or like you're literally in a fetal position. So it's quite hard to like.
No, it is. Ibiza's hard. Because also I feel like whenever you're because you're like tired and hungover, whenever you're getting ready to go somewhere, it's a rush.
Yeah.
Like, because you've left it late, because you wanted to spend extra time in bed or extra time scrolling on your phone or extra time like brain switch off.
No, literally.
Whereas like if you're on like a chill holiday, like you like in the evening you give like time to get ready and it's like you can like properly do it. Whereas I feel like constantly getting ready in Ibiza's like
yeah, literally.
This booking's in 5 minutes, the boat's leaving in 10 minutes.
Like, literally. But I do feel like with social media, like I don't have the eye for how I used to have it before. Like before I actually had it as like A, my job, and B, like getting older, I just used to like put out stuff. Like I wouldn't care so much at all. Anything that I saw that I found interesting or any opinion that I had on like something, like for example, like someone's left something that I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like just putting stuff on stories. And I need to get back into that because when I do actually like post things, obviously, like I do get interaction and people do care, but my mind is just not switched onto social. My mind's not in work mode all the time. Yeah. And I'm not in my bag.
I know. That's the exact supposed to be. And it's also like literally like, I feel like it's so dumb to explain to like someone when it's like, but your job is to post on social media. Like, what do you mean?
What's so hard? And also, what's so hard about that?
But I feel like it's just similar to like people have probably like anxiety about their work, like, it's like work anxiety. Yeah. And but like you forget that like people follow you on social media because they want to see your stuff, and if you don't post, then people will unfollow you. Yeah. And whereas like I feel like your brain automatically thinks the other way. It's like, oh, the more I post, the more I'm annoying. People are gonna be sick of me. Like it's better to just not post. When it's like, no, girl, that's like not turning up to your job.
Like literally.
Any stories from Ibiza?
Stories from Ibiza. Not really. Like I spent loads of time with like my friends' parents and like just partying with them. Yeah.
Oh, was it like? Were they just there as?
Yeah, so basically my friend's boyfriend was DJing at Ocean Beach, and then
did you go?
Yeah. I fucking love that place. Yeah, that place it's so fun there because like it's for everyone, like anyone and everyone is like there, and you start off and you feel really good, like you can go there looking sexy, go there in heels, go there in flip-flops, go there in trainers, whatever you want to wear, like it doesn't really matter. But if you want to dress like real nice, you can. And then like everyone's like thinking that they look really nice and like looking at each other and whatever. And then by like in three hours time, everyone's like in the pool like doing backflips. Like
that
just
pool's
like
so scary.
It's so scary. And everyone pees in it. So I don't know why you would ever go in there. So just don't go in there if you go there. And yeah, it's just the best. The music's so good. The music's like proper feel. Depends when you go, obviously. But more time like the music's very like feel good, like dancey, like singing sort of music and stuff like that. The only time that it looked scary was when HS Tookie was there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So yeah, avoid him at all costs. But that's any day of your life, to be honest. But,
so his family was out there to...
No, my friend's family to support him.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I went to see Megan Thee Stallion last night.
Oh my God.
She was insane. Oh, my only... And it's not... I feel really uncomfortable every time I wear shorts on this podcast because I'm like, feel so exposed, like with my legs out. The only issue I had with it was her last tour date and I could feel her voice was going and like... She wasn't tired in the sense, but like... vocally she was tired, like, and she was like needing to drink water like halfway through songs and stuff, which obviously she's a fucking human, and at least that shows that she actually live performs unlike some other people. So you know, that's at least good, but the performance was crazy. She brought out Yuki Chiba, who's the rapper from Watashi wa Star Kira, which was crazy. I'm probably going to get into territory that no one really cares about. But the crowd reaction when it came to songs like that, when it came to songs like Boa, when it came to songs like Realer, like the crowd energy is just so much more crazy, which those songs got more of a crowd reaction than like her classic songs like Body or like Savage.
Really?
But I just feel like because those type of songs are like songs which no other female rapper like does that kind of like what other female rapper has done a song like Mamushi like they're so, and I feel like the crowd just goes so crazy for it because it's so authentically her. And what I was also gonna say is like I didn't really look at the set list before I went. And, like, obviously she has her songs, which are, like, the songs which go number one, like, Savage and stuff. And it's all about, like, twerking, like, I'm a bad bitch, like, all that kind of stuff. But when you listen to her discography, like, back to back to back, in a night like that, like, you A, forget how many, like, fucking bangers and how many songs she has, and B, like, how much range she has as a rapper. I feel like people view her as so one-dimensional because those are the songs, which I don't blame them because those are the songs that blow up, and those are the songs which, if you're not a Megan Thee Stallion fan and going to go through her albums, they're the only songs you've heard. But when you, like, the argument that, like, every Megan Thee Stallion song sounds the same, or the argument Megan Thee Stallion only raps about twerking is so null when you, like, actually are there watching her rap about all these different topics and all these different like samples and genres and all that kind of stuff. Also, the other thing that I always forget about Megan is that she has such a diverse fan base. I think because she's like, obviously she herself like is a self-proclaimed nerd. She's very into anime. So there was so many people dressed in cosplay there.
Yes, I only clocked the recently that she was so into anime.
Yeah.
And like I was like, because I know how much shit black women get for the whole anime stuff. So I was like worried that she was just like getting into it because of her new song or something. So like it's really good that you said that because like, yeah, I know black women get so much fucking stick. Because you know, I don't even remember her name, but she used to be all over Twitter. Like she was like more light skinned, like my complexion, and she used to do cosplay all the time. And she used to get so much stick for like doing it because obviously black women doing cosplay and entering their world and shit like that. But that is really cool to hear.
No, yeah, but she's huge. There's this literal video of her in high school being like, it's a discrimination to nerds everywhere. Like she's like being a nerd. But like, yeah, there was so many people in cosplay there. There was a lot of like I don't know if goth's the right word to use, but like a lot of like fringe, shag cut, lip piercing, eyebrow piercing, black lipstick, all in black, like, which I feel like no other female rapper has that.
That is range.
And but then there was also a bunch of girls like bandanas, like floor length, like white linen skirts, like Birkenstocks and like satchels. Like the crowd was like so random, but like it made it so much nicer because like it was like, oh, it's crazy that like one person has brought all these like random people who probably never would. But then you also had like, you know, your typical female rap, like gay men shouting and like baddies twerking. Like it was like such a random crowd of people, but that's what made it so good.
Yeah.
Such a good night.
I love that. That's so good.
It was so much fun. What else happened? Oh, the Euros happened this week.
Oh yeah, the Euros.
How was the Euros in Ibiza? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched that Ocean Beach.
That is so good.
Everyone was fucked. It was quite funny, but like, yeah, it was calm. Like, do you know what? I'd much rather have been there than like in the UK watching it because you know when England loses, it's just like It's a no.
I left before they lost because I was like, I'm not being here with Lewis.
You know, literally, and also I'm like the biggest troll when I'm drunk, so like it's just not good for me to be around people that like have lost. Like it's a big no. So yeah, when they lost, like it was all good in it. Like everyone just kept partying, and it was just loads of Spanish people like walking down. I was like, go Spain, innit? Like
This,
thanks for
yeah,
Ibiza.
fuck. I didn't even think because I like literally didn't even put two and two together that Ibiza is in
Spain. Yeah, like so we were just chilling. Really,
It's like all those tweets that people are tweeting me like England versus Spain when it gets Ibiza.
Ibiza, literally, or Benidorm. But yeah, like it was a win-win because if Spain lost, like it would be a bit like, do you know what I mean?
Ocean Beach would be fine though.
Yeah, Ocean Beach would have been fine. Like, but then everyone just drank to like be sad.
Wait, so they put it on like a screen at Ocean Beach?
Yeah, a massive screen.
Did you see Wireless ended their festival at 7 p.m.?
That is a fucking piss take. And we're going to get into all tickets and things like that soon. But like, ending your shit early for England to lose.
Ending a festival at 7 p.m. is crazy. But I also do kind of get it because like everybody would leave anyway. But I'm just
but they should have just put it on there.
But
and that's not to
like,
them to decide.
Doja Cat was the headliner on that day. Like, if you want to watch Doja Cat, you're probably not the same fan base who desperately wants to watch the football. If it was like Travis Scott, which was I think was the Saturday night,
yeah,
like I would get it. Like Travis Scott is very like heavily like straight man. Like I could see the crossover between a Travis Scott fan and an England fan.
right.
I feel like you were safe with a good bet having Doja Cat on the Sunday night, or I guess like Nicki probably would have been a safe bet as well because like Nicki Minaj's crazy fans are going to stay either way. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it wasn't necessary to pull
Definitely
it
not.
forward.
Also, it probably wasn't even like up to the fans. It's probably everyone that was fucking working.
Oh, that's so true actually. Like everybody else.
Everyone that was working there was like, we're not working if like you don't let us leave early.
But I just think that's so, I think it's really disrespectful to Doja. Because like what, now she has to perform at 5 p.m. in a mid-afternoon.
So wait, did they cut? I don't understand.
I think they just brought everything forward. So like the festival started at like 11 or 12. And then Doja Cat was headlining at 5 p.m. in broad daylight.
That's a piss take.
I would be so pissed off if I was out because as someone who's gone to see her.
So
and also her performance at Wireless has gone super viral because people are like, she's crazy, like star power. But as all the complaints I've seen is like, this would have been 10,000 times better if it was dark and the lightings were going off and like all that kind of stuff. It takes you out of the performance so much, especially someone like Doja Cat who's like whole like staging and energy is all like very like seductive and dark, like dark lighting and like I just feel like when I went to see her it was all a lot of like pyrotechnics and fire and that kind of stuff. Which you're just not getting the same effect when it's in daylight. Like I'd be pissed. I would be pissed if I was a fan, but I'd be also pissed if I was Doja because I'm like, literally one of the biggest artists in the world and you have me performing at 5 p.m. to an empty crowd. Like,
no, literally.
I'm never coming back here again.
And also like stages are actually just ugly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the more you can actually see the stage, the worse.
I've seen rumours that Wireless is turning into a day festival next year, a one-day festival.
Shut up, really?
Because of how bad this year was and like...
How bad it was in terms of...
So like they had so many cancellations.
Of artists?
Yeah, like pulling out literally last minute, like literally on the day. And also apparently everybody was complaining about how it was run. And apparently, also don't believe me, I just read one TikTok. This was just one TikTok on my view page. Apparently it's also due to budget. Like they were like, they stretched their budget so much this year to try and like do a really good year and it kind of flopped. So like they didn't make it back and they're like, we're going to have to cut down next year. I don't think Wireless is a festival that needs to be on for 3 days. Because also, I saw a lot of complaints about people on Twitter being like, there's a Twitter account called Mimii, the music blogger, and she is she knows her shit, and she was complaining being like, it's so American heavy, this lineup for like a British festival that has stereotypically celebrated like British music. But then I saw someone quote tweet and be like, but British music is not good right now, especially in the rap hip hop scene. Like. And
also, it's a blessing that we're able to get so many American artists because I do and don't disagree with that because I feel like Wireless has always been a mix. Like back in the day, you had Drake, you had Kanye West, you had Jay-Z, you had Rihanna, all these people headlining. Like it was that festival out in the whole of probably Europe that really had people come in like that for over 3 days.
Didn't it go for a really random few years where it was like Chase and Status and like
Calvin Harris. I remember
like that was like when you look at it now, it's like why did they do that?
No, literally, and it's always like changed and switched up, and I think it's good that it's one of those festivals that do actually accommodate for like they actually like adapt and like they try different things out. So I kind of disagree with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, as you said, like
who is big? Who is
big
so the
in the UK
headliners?
right now?
The headliners were Nicki Minaj, 21 Savage / J Hus. I'm assuming that's just because they didn't want all Americans, because that's so random to have 2 headliners on the same day, and then Doja Cat on the Sunday.
Who was British that was on there?
Okay, so the British people on the lineup: J Hus, Digga D, Strands as well, actually.
Okay, better. See, Strands is actually good, but people don't even care about him too much.
But back to the Euros. I was gonna say what you said. You know, when you were like, I can't remember what the conversation was, but there was a segue, like a link with what I was gonna say. But last time the Euros was on, like I was like, I just believe, right, what anyone tells me when it comes to topics that I don't know about, such as football. So, like, in 2021, when it was the Euros final, everybody was, bearing in mind, we kept winning the games. Like, every game we kept winning. And, like, on the day of the final or the weekend of the final, everybody was like, yeah, it's coming home, England's winning. So, obviously, me not knowing anything about football, oh, it's coming home. Like, it is. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody is saying this with such, like, factuality. Like, no one's being like, oh, I hope it comes home. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, it is coming home.
Yeah.
I'm like, so it's coming home. So I get blackout drunk at 2 p.m. Don't remember the second half of the final. We lose. Everyone's crying, and I'm blackout on a bus and have my first ever argument with my boyfriend. So this year, I was like, I'm not doing that again. Like, I'm not just letting everyone convince me it's coming home, because it doesn't come home. If people are saying it comes home, there is still a possibility that it does not come home. So I like didn't drink all day. And also I feel like I was just saying to Isla before we start recording, England fans or football fans in general have this weird thing where they have to be extremely optimistic about it. Like, they can't be real. They can't be like, Spain's actually a really good team and have played really well, and we've not played that well in this tournament. So there's a possibility that we'll lose. Like, it was like, I was sat at this pub before, and all these boys were like making predictions. They were like, 3-1 England, 3-2 England, 4-1 England. And I was like, okay. I was like, what is it about this where, like, I don't know if it's like you can't be like caught speaking bad into existence, but like there is nothing like I think so passionately about that I could never speak bad or like never even question the chance of like, oh, we might not we might not win. Like they speak about it in such a way that like it's like it's not an option that they don't win.
It's always just like we always get so fucking close and we just never do win. So yeah, hopefully with a new manager as well, like we might win next time or something.
Well, the women won.
The women won.
And so it did come home.
Yeah, it did.
And it's still technically home because they haven't played again.
No, exactly.
So that's all I care about. But yeah, this year I was smart and I didn't drink. And I had like 2 glasses of wine and I left 10 minutes before the end because...
Why did you do that?
Because I knew we were losing and it was a Sunday night. And I was just like, why am I getting fucking blackout drunk right now to go home when everyone's lost?
Yeah, it's sad.
And then wake up on a Monday fucking hungover.
It is so
I was
sad.
just like, listen, if we win, I'll down 3 tequila shots and a bottle of wine.
I just
knew that wasn't happening.
That's very sensible. That is like something. So a little bit of reflection time.
Yeah, because last week.
Last week. When we were speaking about you.
Oh, yeah, but I did have a very big Friday night. Wait, what did I do on Friday night again? Fuck, I can't even remember.
Yeah, but that is a good thing. Like, you had one big night and then you're like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not just going to be getting fucked up for no reason for a country to lose.
On a Sunday night, may I remind you. Should we get into this week's pop topic?
Yes, let's get into this week's pop topic. Let's start off with... So last week I did want to speak about ticket prices. No, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but I want to speak about ticket prices. And as of recently this week, Billie Eilish has released her O2... Is it O2? Yeah. Her O2... ticket prices, her O2 tickets, whatever. And they haven't actually sold out because the starting price is £284. £284.
That's literally...
What the fuck?
That's literally like a mid... Which, of course, my brain goes here, but this is literally how I compare prices of things to everything. But like, that's literally like a mid-range handbag.
Right?
Like that's like a...
That is something that you could keep for the rest of your life. Yeah. Obviously, memories are fantastic, blah, 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 blah. But like, I do think it's a shame when her fan base, for me, seems quite young, you know? So yeah, that's crazy. And I was going to speak about ticket prices as well the other week because when I went to Afro Nation, the most expensive tickets, which was the Golden Circle, which is like right next to the stage, were €800.
That's insane.
€800 for tickets. Also, like, even Glasgow, the tickets there for the whole weekend are like £300.
I think they're $350.
$350, and that's for a 3-day festival, one of the biggest festivals. And obviously, that's like just for the ticket to get in. But like,
I think hospitality is $800. But yeah, the ticket price it's like an actual issue. Like,
no, it's a massive issue.
And also, it's I think it's been like a post-COVID thing. Like, I feel like everybody got so excited that things were back after COVID that like things are selling out like that. And also, it's a thing that I've noticed recently with specifically TikTok, is that TikTok makes things so like everybody just assumes that they need to, like, back in the day it would be like, oh, if you were a fan of this artist, or if you knew about, like, say, I don't know, Glastonbury, or you knew about like even things like Notting Hill Carnival, or specific things were meant for specific fans of that thing. But the way of TikTok virality and that kind of stuff has just opened it up that like everyone assumes that they need to go to everything. Like, I saw people buying what tickets were it? The Beyonce Renaissance tickets. And I was just like, but you do know, but they were like, oh, like my friends actually ended up buying the tickets and selling them because they bought them. And I was like, you do know this is the Renaissance album tour. Like, she's just singing songs from her new album. And they were like, oh. They were like, so it's not going to be like all her old stuff. I'm like, no.
Renaissance.
Like, it's because people were making TikToks being like, Renaissance tour, like, da-da-da-da-da. And it was like, it's
just trying to catch on.
Same sort of thing with like the Eras tour with Taylor Swift. Like, it's like this new thing where it's like you have to go to everything, and like it's seen to be the done thing, which makes artists the demand higher. So like now artists are like taking the piss with like the price. I'm sorry, but like especially if it's at the fucking O2, you can't even do much in the O2 to like make anything worth starting at £280.
No, literally.
Say if it was like Wembley and you were like gutting it out and doing some crazy like staging and all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, because Wembley can be fucking sick
yeah,
as well.
Like what's the Tottenham Hotspurs,
yeah.
Because I saw the weekend there and the staging of all that was crazy. When it's like a stadium like that, but this is what I don't understand. If you want to do 3-4 nights at the O2, I mean, I guess maybe it's not available, but why wouldn't you just do it in a stadium and do one night and make it crazy good for everyone?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the thought process behind that was.
Yeah,
it makes no sense to me. But yeah, £284 is fucking crazy. Go spend that money on like a nice handbag, if you have it.
Oh, unless if you're a big Billie. I guess for some people, like, it is.
Yeah, some people will pay that, but like for the people that just generally like what happened, it's not every day like diehard fans. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes it is actually just people that want to go see Billie Eilish. Like if
or
it
like
was
want a night out.
Yeah, want a night out and want to like go see someone that they've enjoyed, like whatever album that they've been listening to. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, I would not pay that amount of money because I'm not that much of a Billie Eilish fan, but I did really like that album, so it is a shame.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, what happened to the people in, like...
In between,
yeah. Not in between, but, like, below, like, the people that aren't fucking diehard, £284.
Next pop topic. Brooke Schofield, Who the Fuck Did I Marry? She has made, I can't remember how many parts specifically, but it's like an insane amount of parts about this man called Clinton Kane, who she dated, and Clinton Kane, like, lied about where he was from. I think he lied about his parents dying.
Yeah.
Like, some fucked up... Do not get me wrong, this story is fucked up. Like, I have not paid enough attention to it. I have not gone through all these different parts because, as I said, when we spoke about Risa Teesa's original one, you were invested in it and listening to all the parts. I was like, there is nothing, no one. Oh, I thought you were listening to it all, but there is no one. Like Beyonce could do a 25-part expose about her relationship with Jay-Z.
You would listen.
I would listen to someone explaining everything the highlights. Yes, but I don't think there is no relationship I would care enough about to listen to a hour-long debrief about it, unless it was like maybe my best friend. Then I would want to know all the details. But if I have a parasocial relationship with you, someone explain it to me in 60 seconds or less. Literally, So I haven't listened to it all. But I was saying, me and Isla was saying, speaking about it before, like this is like not like people are like, what do you think about the Brooke Schofield? I'm like, am I getting old? Because I really, A, don't care, and B, don't get it, and C, I'm out the loop.
Yeah.
Like,
it's way too far gone.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's very American, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's American, but also I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's like so I used to be a huge Tana Mojo fan. Loved her down. Like, loved her from like 20, like when she was like literally like 16 in her bedroom being like, bleach and tone, he fucked me with a toothbrush. All that kind of stuff. So I always will like Tana. I don't really get Brooke as much. I listen to a cancelled podcast on and off. I'm not a big fan. I will listen to it if I've got nothing else to watch. So I don't really get the Brooke lore.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's why, but I also just don't know if it's because like I'm getting old.
I've never really known like where she came from. Like obviously everyone knows who the fuck Tana Mojo is, but then I only started to know who Brooke Schofield was because of the cancelled podcast.
So she was Tana's assistant, I'm pretty sure, and then Tana did a story time about an assistant fucking the guy that she was dating, and called her Mindy, and Brooke was Mindy. So Brooke and Tana then fell out because Brooke fucked the guy that Tana was seeing. I think, though, if I'm wrong, literally correct me in the comments. I don't really care. I'm not. This isn't something which I'm like trying to like prove my knowledge about this.
Yeah.
And then somehow they forgave each other, and then they started the podcast together.
Oh, okay.
Because like there was like their relationship was like famous because of like Tana did a story time about her assistant fucking her man.
Right, interesting. Oh, and I also know how kids Tana bought her like a Bronco. Ford Bronco.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
But yeah, like it's all like
the thing that pisses me off, which I was saying before, is that now everyone's being like, she's doing a Brooke Schofield, like she's doing this, she's doing that. Brooke Schofield did not fucking originate this trend. Give credit to the woman which literally revolutionized TikTok story times. Because you were all doing it in parts 2 and 3 before. You were getting it out and out until Reese Tisa came along and gave you like parts and hours. We would have never had this format if it wasn't for her.
yeah.
Jama and Stormzy have broken up for the second time.
I think it's done now.
Oh, it's got to be, surely. You can't go back again.
No.
But what I will say is that the statement made me laugh so much. The way that they started it being like, we're laughing trying to draft this. Like, I saw so many people being like, good luck to whoever's next to get with this. Like, that was an amicable breakup. And sometimes, obviously, an amicable breakup is like ideal for the people involved, but an amicable breakup for the next person is never good. Because...
Wait, why would you say so?
I mean, if it's like amicable in the sense of like, yeah, like there's no bad blood, that's fine. But amicable in the sense of like, we're still buddy, gonna see each other in the same industry events.
It's long.
My back is up. And I could trust you 100%, but my back will still always be up about that person.
You naturally have like that anxiety. Or you just don't really give a fuck about that person.
Especially when it's a situation like this where they've already gone back once. So who's to say they wouldn't go like,
again.
It's not like we dated for a year and realized we are not compatible.
But then it also just like, it depends like, once you do get back with that person, it depends like what wasn't vibing. Do you know what I mean? Like imagine if they're just not sexually attracted to each other anymore.
I mean, from an armchair out of person's perspective, who the fuck am I to know what's going on? But my guess would be she's so fucking busy and she's like kind of at the peak / can still go higher in her career. Whereas I feel like he's kind of like, he's still releasing music, but he doesn't care. He's not caring. Like, he's got the number ones, he's got the accolades, he's got the money. Like, he can chill a bit now. I just imagine it's like lifestyle differences. Like he's just chilling at home and she's flying. They probably never saw each other. And if they had to see each other, he'd have to like, fly to South Africa and fly to New York. And he probably doesn't want to do that. And it's just like, if you don't, I just feel like they're at probably different stages of life. He's also very religious.
Is he?
Yeah, very, very religious. So I feel like maybe he wants to like as most religious people do, like start a family and all that kind of stuff. And it would kind of maybe hinder her career if she all of a sudden had a baby. Although,
that would make sense.
That's just my guess, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe they just, as you said, don't find each other attractive. Maybe they're just like, wait, we're just really good friends and not sexual at heart. But damn, rough day for everybody who was like, give your ex another chance.
Yeah. And they did, and they got fucked over. And it's not amicable at all.
This is why, as you should never base your relationship decisions or relationships or happiness in general off celebrities. Because if you were like, if Maya Jama and Stormzy can work it out, maybe me and my ex cannot work it out. You are not Maya Jama and Stormzy. You can't work it out.
Don't do that.
Do not place them, your relationship pillars, of Maya Jama and Stormzy, because it's not ending well.
Okay, third to final. Third to final?
Second to last.
Wow. Second to last pop topic is the Ambani wedding. So, if you didn't know, not the richest people in the world, but the richest people in Asia the son got married. And so to start off with, they had massive pre-weddings. They had Rihanna perform, and then they had Justin Bieber perform. Justin Bieber got paid 10 million for that. But also, what killed me on the lead up to that, because I was trying to search for ages. As soon as Justin Bieber started posting pictures of him, he posted about, I think, like 4 dumps of like him being there. I was like, this man is getting paid bread, because it would be like him and like the son, like just like meeting or like sitting there, and we'll insert the pictures, but it's just like very like awkward, like not a vibe. And also like Justin Bieber right now, he doesn't really post like that, or he just posts his wife.
Yeah.
So yeah, that killed me. And then we had the likes of, so the actual wedding was a few days ago now, like I think on the weekend. We had the likes of Kim Kardashian there. What's his name? Law Roach. Law Roach was there. We had Annie Doble was there from Annie's Ibiza.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw that. I was like, what's your connection, girl?
Yeah. No, she the woman that was getting married is like a Annie's Ibiza customer. Massive customer, yeah, like one of the.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, definitely in that price range.
Maybe I need to start getting dressmaking.
Yeah.
I want to get invited to these events.
Yeah.
No, but the wedding looked insane.
Yeah.
And I saw loads of people speaking about Kim and Chloe being like, okay, like these girls ate, like I need them to start, I need their own show of them doing like a tour around the world, and like just like to see the outfits, like.
They look fucking insane, but it was actually like crazy, because I did see a little bit of discourse, but obviously about Kim being there, and like Kim got the most like presence out of anyone on my social media room that was there. Like Justin Bieber performed there, even Rihanna performed, but I think Kim Kardashian, what she was wearing was spoken about more than like both of them.
But it's because Kim knows what she's doing. Like Kim is giving us so much insight on her story. She's not an elusive celebrity like some of these other celebrities. Her whole presence in the media is being such an open book. The thesis in people's head is that you have free range to say whatever you want about Kim Kardashian because she is such an open book.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of other celebrities are a lot more private and secretive and like shy away from the public eye. So it's a bit more like, it makes you care a bit less about them. Whereas like you have so much content on Kim to discuss because, as I said, she puts everything about her life everywhere, that like she's kind of fair ground, which it never surprised me that Kim's always like every Met Gala, Kim's the most spoken about. She's never in the most crazy outfit, or she's never doing the most interesting looks, or she's never doing anything out of this world like some other people, but she's always top 1, 2, 3 of like most spoken about on Twitter that night because everybody's got something to say about. She's such a divisive character because she's sacrificed so much of her life.
What did you think of the fits?
I thought everyone looked so good.
Yeah,
like every outfit I saw was so good.
Yeah, the wedding cost like around like 200 million, and I just think the amount of money that they have when like there's so much poverty in the world. It's just so fucking sad.
No, there's no, as people say, there's like, you can't be an ethical billionaire. Like,
no.
Because you physically do not need that much money. So like, to sit on that much.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're like worth like 200 billion or something like that. That is crazy. And if you don't like, if you just think, oh, 200 billion, wow, like that's a lot. Like your jaw will drop when you ever, do you know like the difference between a million seconds and a billion seconds? It's like 13 days and like 31 years.
It's
like when you put it like that, it's fucking insane. So yeah, it's madness. But yeah.
I'd love to know how much Kim's out, because she was saying that all her jewelry and stuff was all diamonds and like she must have been.
There was, I think, one of the other sisters.
She made an Instagram story being like full diamonds, fully cut it out, and I was like, obviously happy that she got over her trauma, but I was just really shocked that she was like, I guess like that security would have a crazy, I mean that wedding would have crazy security, but like after everything that happened to her in Paris and all that, and like that was specifically over jewelry. I just was surprised she was so open about it. Like, good for her for getting over it and stuff. I would just I feel like if that was me, I'd still be so stressed about posting that kind of stuff. But I guess the security at that wedding specifically would be crazy. Final pop topic of the week is that Donald Trump got shot.
What I was going to say about it was that because like loads of people got shot there, actually, like because obviously everyone's talking about Donald Trump getting shot, but like someone died that wasn't like in the crowd, and then I think like 8 other people got injured or 4 other people got injured. Don't please search it up, but anyways, it's technically classed as a mass shooting because more than 4 people got injured and shot, and it's literally like there's been like 4 other since like. Oh, there's been like 250 mass shootings like this year alone, and there's been like a certain amount, and it's just like crazy to think of the amount of mass shootings that there's been in America, and this man just wants everyone to have a fucking gun, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that like he will literally be shot in the head, but like if he becomes president, still will like not decrease gun laws. Like, is that not insane that you can be shot in the head and still be like, yeah, you can go to Walmart and buy a gun?
Yeah, no, literally.
How would that not change your perspective?
He actually cringes me the fuck out as well. Like, honestly, anyone else that like got up like that and like withheld like a fucking gunshot wound to the ear, I would just be like, yeah, like that is actually like so gangster. But when it was him, like I saw people making TikToks like, oh my god, like that picture of him is so gangster. I'm like, no, it's not though, is it?
Nothing about him can ever be
gangster.
Like nothing he could ever do could ever make me think that. There are obviously conspiracy theories, and let me heavily emphasize before anyone tries to come for me or, more importantly, sue me, conspiracy theories that it was a staged because of the presidential campaign and for sympathy. Listen, I'm not the one to comment or not.
Have you seen like there's like a diagram of him like moving his head, and like he's literally like this, and it was like perfectly aimed, but when he went to turn to go point at something, like that's when it shot and it went right past him. So if his head was still there, like it would have, but he literally moved his head at the perfect timing, and that is what is suspicious to me.
I mean, America's fucked either way because Biden's.
Oh my god, Biden is scaring me.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, and did you see he has COVID? He just tweeted. He has COVID-19 right now, and he just tweeted, "I'm sick." And everyone's quote tweeting and being like, me when I check my man has followed like 5 girls on Instagram after a night out.
He's such a memeable man. Like there's a video of him the other day, and like this like, I don't know, this guy's talking to me, he's literally just like,
I am sorry, I don't know if this is ageist, but I think there should be, you can't run for president in America. I think you have to be over the age of 30, but maybe it's 35, but there is an age you have to be over. I also think there should be an age where you have to be under. I don't think a man who can't form a sentence should be in charge of one of the largest countries in the world.
But also, like, surely, like, there's, like, mental, like, restrictions. Like, they couldn't have, like, I don't know if this is going to sound bad, but they wouldn't have someone that's like going through psychosis to run for president.
But also like in the sense of like old people like actually like medically don't deal well with stress.
No.
And, like, that is a very high stress job.
Yes, like the highest.
Like you would normally retire from like any job by that age, never mind go into one of the most stressful jobs on the planet.
I wonder what his nighttime routine is.
Skincare. Drunk elephant. Anyway, we're gonna
probably put some bronzing drops at night.
That man does not use bronzing drops. He is ghostly.
Right. Well, there's been a lot of drama everywhere, hasn't there? Really.
This has been. Can I just say before we get into it, a highlight for me on the year of. I feel like we've not had good old fashioned messy, and more importantly, public breakdown messiness like this since like for years. Everyone is so secretive and elusive these days, and no one wants like
they were so exactly.
But like I feel like we haven't had like proper beef, like and also like antagonizing beef. Like they are antagonizing each other.
Yeah. Do you not just
Spice Central Cee and Madeline Argy.
Yeah. Do you not just think, sorry to just jump straight in, but like it's all like a PR stunt?
So this is my one thing. So, okay, well, let's break it down the situation first. So if you didn't know, Madeline Argy, who is a British TikToker, was dating a British rapper called Central Cee. They were kind of like on and off for like 2 years, I want to say. Well, they were kind of like, people didn't know if they were dating or not. And then they were kind of like confirmed to be dating because he bought her a car, but he also cheated on her. And also it was kind of question mark because Central Cee raps a lot about like cheating on people. So, and he was confirmed to be cheating on people while with her, but she would go back to him and that kind of stuff. Anyway, fast forward to I think a month ago is when they started teasing this song. And there is a UK influencer called Leah Holton who was on the Sideman show, and she did these rounds of fire, TikTok that everyone blew up on. She makes a TikTok in his car to the song, and everyone was like, "What? This is Central Cee's car." And Madeline messages him like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "No, this is all just PR. Like, don't worry." And it was just PR, that specific situation. I'm pretty sure Leah Holton's come out and said, "No, like, guys, seriously, that
for
was
her
just
to do
PR."
the video.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
But Madeline listened to the rap. This is all from her TikTok, by the way. She listened to the rap that he was releasing in this song, and it was all about like bragging about cheating on someone. And she was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, I'm the girlfriend here.
Yeah.
And then apparently they went on holiday and got papped on holiday to like confirm that they were still together. But at this point, her and her manager started to realize that it was a PR stunt, because conveniently they went on holiday just before the song was released and conveniently got papped, aka he called the paps to release the pictures to like prove to everyone that they were still dating. And then she wanted to break up with him apparently, and he was like, "I'm really busy, I don't have time to break up."
What?
Like, I don't have time to sit down and have this conversation. Can we just like hold
yeah.
on? And then all of a sudden he was spotted out shopping with Ice Spice at Chrome Hearts. And then it was announced that the song was coming out, and all the promos were like her twerking on him, her on bed with him, all this kind of stuff. And then that's when we got Mad's TikToks being like explaining the situation. She's also made a TikTok being like, "This is all a PR stunt, you all fell for it, but I think it was her taking the piss." She's very sarcastic. It's very hard to know what's being serious.
It is so hard. Like, that's why I'm just like...
Yeah. I thought it was real just because of personal stories I've heard of their relationship. And also something about it just felt real. And something about it, like him specifically and her specifically, it just felt very real. The only thing that slightly got my back off is I follow Central Cee's makeup artist on Instagram, and she posted like on the day that or like a few days after the music video came out, she was like posting stuff on her story, like re-sharing stuff from the shoot. And one of the things she reshared from the shoot was like like props that were made for the shoot, and it was like fake magazines being like, "Ice Spice and Central Cee are dating ? Central Cee caught in cheating drama ! And I was like, this music video was probably shot weeks ago.
Yeah.
To make those props, you probably would have had to send them in to get printed over like a month and a half ago. That's made me a little bit conspiracy theorist, because I'm like, this feels a bit like, if you're getting these props specifically made for this thing, is this real?
Yeah.
But I'm inclined to believe it is real. And honestly, if it isn't real, tends to all three parties involved, because they played it effortlessly, and at least it entertained us, even if it wasn't real.
Yeah, no, I do. That's the thing. You can't complain, because it is entertaining.
No, for real. If you're gonna do a PR stunt, at least do it like that, where it's like you can't really tell if it's real or not, and it's entertained us anyway. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I've had so many people coming up to me being like, "What do you think? What do you think? Is it real? Is it not?" Like the buzz they've generated, and it has worked. And the song's also fucking good.
Yeah, the song is good. I can't remember it though.
But why can't I? If he's cheating, I'm doing him worse.
Yeah.
No, I hit the reverse. What I was gonna say is, obviously, it's bad if it is real. Poor girl has been cheated on, and very publicly as well. But sometimes I kind of think it's better when it's really public like that, because you have like hundreds of thousands of people on your side supporting you.
Yeah,
like, it kind of
you also don't know.
Ice Spice posted like a TikTok of her, and then she like puts it to him, and he goes, "All right," and then she goes back to her, and she's trying so she like literally is like laughing, and like posts as a caption like 3 laughing emojis at Central Cee. I'm like, this girl knows what she's doing. They are all playing their parts.
And like when she calls like Ice Spice like a big booty, like
well, this is my one issue that I've got with this, is the like racist abuse or racist, what's the word? Comments, I guess, that Ice Spice is getting. Like, I saw, and how normalized it is, especially on TikTok. I saw this one TikTok being like, how can you leave an ethereal girl like Madeline for a girl who just shakes her ass and growls?
Well, that's not fair, is it? Because
and it
have
had
you
like,
seen Madeline?
and it had like 800,000 likes.
What the fuck? fuck?
I was like, whoa.
I mean,
like,
Madeline is beautiful, but I wouldn't call her inferior.
ooh, the micro. Like, I saw a few comments on the TikTok being like, the microaggressions. That's not even microaggressive at that point. That's just flat out racist.
That's macro.
Like,
Cheeky.
she's like, yeah, like obviously, I think they're both pretty girls.
Yeah.
I know, but
They're
also
both very different for sure.
once again, my other issue with this situation is that Ice Spice gets all the blame and Central Cee doesn't get any. Like, it's always the case with this. At least the song is good as well. Because imagine if it was all this for a bad song.
That would suck.
Yeah. I would be intrigued if it was. I do think if it is a PR stunt, there is mutual benefit for both. Obviously, Ice Spice is primarily, because what I'm finding so funny is that obviously a lot of Ice Spice's fans are like random people from America who have no idea who fucking Madeline Argy is. So all these like people are like I've been reading Twitter threads from like people in America, and they're like, apparently there's this cheating scandal, and it's like over here in the UK, like this is like groundbreaking news.
Yeah.
Like the whole song is warped and all this like stuff. But over in America, they're like, apparently like he's cheated on his girlfriend or something.
Well, yeah, because over there they're talking about the fucking president being shot.
Yeah,
So, like,
a more important thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I get that if it is a PR stunt, he gets gain from her because he's clearly trying to break America right now. Even with that little baby song, we can go bam for bam, fuck that. We like, and now this, he's trying to obviously like make it in America, so that's his gain. And Ice Spice has an album coming out in like a few weeks, so to get this hype right now is very convenient.
Is JT's album out yet?
I think it comes out on Friday, so yeah. It has a feature from, Ice Spice's album has a feature from Travis Scott.
Oh, cool.
But I think JT's...
I'm looking forward to Ice Spice's album, to be honest.
Yeah. I wasn't until this song, and this song's got me re-engaged. Because that Fat Butt song was really bad.
That's a banger. The song that was shit was the one that John Paul... the Jean Paul Gaultier song that she remixed.
What? I love that song.
The short...
Hot bucks on a V, like, give me a light. Ass fat so the pants fit tight. Take it, man, because I'm getting them right. I love that song. We have a very different music taste.
Yeah, we do.
That song to me was just a bit like too like I've heard it a million times before.
Talking about this, sorry, I'm just going to say it on here because I actually want loads of people to go because I think it'll be so sick. Can we get our Fisher tickets?
Yes, we need to. We need to.
We're going to order them today.
Yeah, I will go. Oh, this was funny as well when she... That actually got like an actual laugh out of me.
Yeah, she's been doing her thing.
Yeah, no.
Because the thing is...
It's just all done
it's
so
actually
well.
it's actually like funny, like serious funny stuff. Like posing in front of guns is funny.
And just the grin she's got on her face. Sorry if you're listening, it's a photo of her that she put on her Instagram story when this all went down, and she's like sat in front of like, I think she was in America. Well, she must be in
America. Yeah.
She's sat in front of like a gun wall, and she's like grinning, and it just says me RN, because that would be me. I'm so intrigued to see how this plays out and to see if they actually date, or if they like. What do you think? Like, do you think they can come out and be like, "Oh, guys, it was all fake. Haha, you fell for it," or do you think they would have to just like slowly stop dating?
Yeah, I think they'll slowly stop dating, and everyone will stop giving a fuck.
Yeah.
It's only interesting now, really. Like,
and she also brought him out at Wireless, and his trousers were down to his ankles. Have you seen the videos?
What the fuck?
Comments are so
please
funny.
show me.
Do you think he's hot? Central Cee, do you think he's hot?
I was just about to say he's so sexy.
Really?
Yeah.
I just can't get it.
Really?
I just don't get it. I really, really don't get it.
Really?
But I also feel like, I think like, I don't know. There's just something that doesn't. I've seen loads of people saying that he looks like him. He looks like a masked lesbian.
Yeah, no, he does though. He looks girly.
Yeah.
I like.
Maybe that's why I don't fancy him then.
Yeah.
Because like,
I either like pretty looking boys or just my boyfriend. I feel like he is pretty though, but yeah.
No, your boyfriend is pretty.
Yeah.
Like I think I feel like if you got eyes like that, like
yeah,
like no matter
you are
how like,
pretty.
big or like you are, like it like makes you like have a pretty face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Anyway, I'm intrigued to see how it plays out.
Right,
yeah.
on to Love Island. Well, just a disclaimer, I haven't actually watched it since I've been away.
Not that you've really missed much.
Apart from our girl, Down Bad.
Oh, me. Oh, I feel bad for her. I do feel bad. Right. I'm so in two minds about it. I'm actually not in two minds about it. For the people who haven't watched Love Island, Mimii and Io were together. Io went with a girl called Jessica at Casa Amor, so ended it with Mimii, but they were still kind of flirting a little. A new guy, Josh, came in for Mimii, treated her so well, made her like waffles, was like literally came in, which is so rare for a bombshell, but like came in and was like, I'm only for you, just for you. I'd not really care about anyone else, all this kind of stuff. I think Mimii kind of got the ick slightly and was a bit like, oh, this is too much, especially when I was right there. And she tried to reconcile with Io because Io was giving her the signs. Io was still flirting with her.
That's where I left off, by the way.
Yeah. So then she wanted a conversation with Io when no one was watching and they could just like have a conversation one-on-one. So she went up to the terrace and crawled so no one could see her and told Joey to go get Io to send him up. But Io said no. I said I don't want to do that because things can get misconstrued if it's like because they could come down and people like I completely for once in the 6 weeks I was actually talking sense because he was like, what would Jess think? What would Josh think? Like, what would everyone else think? The situation was already so bad in the villa because everybody was putting their 2 pence and being like, they still have feelings for each other. They still have feelings for each other. So then if it came out that they were having private conversations on the terrace, it's going to be 10 times that. So then Mimii had to sadly crawl down from the terrace.
Oh, bless
her. And then they had a public convo in front of people and was like, this is done, it's dead. And now, hopefully, the situation is done. Everybody was clowning Mimii. I feel sympathy for her because it's like you're in a villa and it's so hard. I used to be like, these people are pathetic. Why won't you just move on? But like when you're forced to still live with that person, like how can you just switch your feelings off when you have to see them still for 24 hours a day?
Exactly. And I think psychologically, when you actually think about it, when you're in an enclosed space, of course they're being recorded and of course they know that. But at the same time, it's like you have other things to distract you when you're in the real world. You're like, okay, let's do this. Let me talk to my friends. Let me have this. But like at the end of the day, it's just like, what do I have to lose? Like, what do I actually have to lose? Like, let's fuck it.
I do get people's points where it's like, she literally has a man who is 100% there for her and no one else, and she's discarded him. But also, I'm like, you can't force feelings. This is why I said, I think it was last week's episode, like, to cut the show because the storylines are run dry. I was like, Mimii is better off just going out to the outside world. Like, she doesn't need to be in that villa anymore. I think, kind of like how, like, Samantha and Joey Essex, when Samantha left, you know, when she was like, that was me done. Like, there was nothing else. I think there's nothing else left there for Mimii. I don't think she likes Josh. I think she's icked out by him. And if you're icked out like a couple days in, it's never going to end well.
It's never going to go back to what you think.
And I don't think she'll be able to properly get over the Io situation until she's not in a villa with him. I don't think there's any purpose for her in the Love Island villa anymore, which is sad because I liked her. But sometimes you
need to think about the point of the villa.
Sometimes you should leave on a high with your head held high, which I can't. Maybe we should stop voting for her. I'm sorry, and let her be able to leave. Because she's not going to leave of her own accord. Because you just wouldn't naturally on the show. So yeah.
Who have you been loving? How's Joey been?
Joey's been annoying as always. There's a new girl that's coming. Oh my fucking god! There's a new girl that's coming who's 22 years old. Joey Essex, a 33-year-old man. God. She comes in. I know you, don't I?
That accent.
What business does a 33-year-old man have knowing a 22-year-old if it's not a family connection?
No, literally.
And the way that she goes, yeah, you always like my Instagram stories. He doesn't even follow her. He's snooping on a 22-year-old's profile, liking her Instagram stories.
That's why they sent him into the villa.
That is
so he could do something with his life.
That is actually foul.
Yeah.
But
yeah, go on.
This new girl's come in and she's literally all for Joey. She doesn't she's literally like, I've never had to graph for anyone before. Like, surely you're not making me graph for you. And he's like, yeah. And Jessie is flipping.
Really? I feel like Jessie could be so crazy.
Jessie is very jealous. A very jealous type of person, which you shouldn't be with someone like Joey Essex if you're a jealous type of person, because
it's all gonna end.
I'm not brand. He did say on the show, he was like, I've never cheated on anyone in my life. I don't know how much I believe that, but you have to take someone's word for it. But what I do think, he loves female attention. Whether he acts on it or not, he loves playing up to it and having a flirt and stuff like that. Which, if you're not a jealous person and you're very trustworthy in a relationship, is fine. But I don't think Jessie is. I don't think they'll last. I don't think any of these people are going to last.
Yeah, neither. How's Keaton and...
Oh, so in the most recent vote where someone got dumped, it was that one where it was like at a beach party and they reveal.
Yeah.
Remember last series where they revealed Whitney was voted as the favorite, and then that was like the start of her downfall because everybody started calling her cocky and arrogant when she literally wasn't. That was Nicole and Kieran. Nicole and Kieran topped the vote, and then they came back, and then in a game, the thing in the game was kiss the person who you think's the most arrogant, and they kissed Nicole, and Kieran went, how can we be arrogant when we're the most compatible? And someone went, well, because you just said that. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm so done with this series. I'm sorry.
When is it ending next week?
We've still got another week and a half.
No. Another week and a half. I thought last week we had only 2 weeks left.
So it's like the final, I think, is a week on Monday. So it's like just under a week and a half. But, oh my God, I forgot to say, I remember what I was going to say before about the Mimii situation. I'm very scared for the girl because they've announced that they're doing that award show thing where they play clips. You know, where it's like...
Oh, yeah, the da-da-da-da-da.
Like I can't remember what they call it, but the grafties is what they call it.
Yeah. Oh, Mimii.
And one of the categories name is biggest epic fail.
Oh my God.
When that clip gets played, she will have to say goodbye to Josh.
Yeah, no, literally.
This is what I mean when sometimes...
Wait, does Josh not know about this?
Josh has no idea about...
Oh,
and neither
shit.
does Jessica. No one has any idea about the terrorist conversation other than those two and Joey.
Oh, long day.
Very.
Very long day.
And this is what I mean when sometimes you should know when's your exit call. Because if she just left the villa a week ago... or the series ended a week ago.
Should be, yeah.
I know it's.
I actually was like saying to I was saying to my boyfriend, I was like, she is not going back to him now. Like, you see how closed off she is. Boy, was I wrong.
Well, I think in the outside world she wouldn't have gone back.
Yeah, because she lives in Southampton.
She's a 3-hour train ride away. No, but I mean, like, in the sense of, like, in the outside world, she probably would have, like, blocked him on social media and moved on with her life. But she physically can't. This is what I mean. She shouldn't be in the villa anymore.
This will bring the worst out of people. Yeah.
Like, and Sean, I've literally never... Oh, my God. Wait, I forgot to tell you about this. Did you watch the episode where there was a tennis game? No,
I haven't watched that. Apparently, that's really good.
It was... Everybody was on smoke that day.
Really?
Like, everybody was in the worst mood. Sean kept making comments about like the Mimii and Isla situation, like to the point where Jess was like, "What the fuck is your problem?"
Wait, which Jess?
The Casa Jess.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then Joey said that they wrote down on one of the questions was, "Who would your partner be with if they weren't with you?" And Joey was like, "Well, if Grace was being honest, she'd write my name." And
if Grace was what?
Being honest, she would have written my name. And Casa Jess goes, Joey, her usual type isn't even you anyway. And you know exactly what she meant by that.
Wait, what did she mean?
Her usual type is not white men.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I was just like, I was like, damn, Jess.
Wait, who's Grace coupled up with now?
Ruben.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she does not like that man.
Yeah.
Grace is clinging onto that villa, like the way that she was with Blade, and then like now she's with Ruben. Like she is trying her hardest.
Does she not like Josh?
Josh will Mimii. Josh is like so fully on Mimii.
Yikes, Mimii! I thought this is what you wanted, babe.
I know. She said, "I just need someone to come in who's all for me," and then. But I also do get it. I would be very cringed out if someone came and was like,
"All for me."
There's something about which I feel like maybe I'm just a terrible human, but there's something about like someone making like waffles in a heart shape with whipped cream, and for me that would put me off.
Yeah.
Like I get Mimi's thoughts.
Yeah, no,
it would be too much for me too. Like I'm just like, oh, can we not just act normal?
Can we not just make it round?
Yeah. Can we not just have a bowl of cereal and chat? Like I don't need a waffle made in a heart shape with whipped cream with my name and initial on. Like it's oh gosh.
No, I totally get that.
Anyway, God, I'm sending thoughts and prayers for Mimii for this movie or whatever it's called, award show night. Joey Essex. I've never seen someone who is so obviously playing a game in there. He kissed in the well, obviously he was antagonizing Grace during the tennis match thing, but then in the Snog Marry Pie game, he kissed Grace. No, sorry, that was a lie. He kissed Nicole, and Nicole and Kieran are official boyfriend and girlfriend now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, so Kieran was like, what the fuck? And Joey was like, oh, I thought that was, I was like, no, you know what you were doing. You were trying to get a storyline out of kissing the only person in a relationship. Like, it's
trying to
so
play the game too
blaringly obvious to me, like, which just makes it not fun. Like, I'm like, especially because it's him, like, you've done so many reality shows, like, it's not funny that you know what you're doing. Like when it's like a random person who's never been on TV before, like that's funny. But when you've been on every reality show under the sun and you're playing a game like that, it's not interesting or funny to me. But yeah, good luck to Mimii. And Uma and Will are official as well. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, they are. Wait.
The ones who were dumped, Uma.
No, wait. Who? Where did I see that? What did they do?
Will did like that balloon.
Oh yeah, the balloon arch. Yeah.
And people being like, why does it look like a tombstone?
Oh my God.
I don't know if she's happy. I don't honestly. If they once they're off that show, I do not care about these people anymore. Like the way that everyone's like, Uma and Will asked each other out.
Should have done that on the fucking show. Should have stayed on.
I'm like, why do you care? These people are just like normal everyday people now. Like there's something about Love Island is where once they're off the show, I just don't view them as like famous or celebrities or interesting anymore. I couldn't give a hoot about them once they're off that fucking island.
Right.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin' of the week? I have a song. So my what's poppin' of the week, you know when like you go on a girls trip and then you have that song that you just like are non-stop playing. Like our one was 6 in the morning. So my one is Move by Adam Port. I just wanna I love the one where you move. Yeah, it's
that's
such a banger.
Such a good song. That's very Mykonos song.
Yeah, it's very Mickey.
Okay, I have quite a lot this week actually. Oh crap, my camera's flashing. I need to be quick. I watched a movie which I never watch movies ever, but I watched a movie called Zola.
Okay.
You would love it. It's so it's really good. It's by A24 Film Production Company, which is a good film production company, and it's based on a string of tweets about this stripper. I believe her actual real life name is Zola. And she posted 150 tweets being like, this is about this story about how me and this bitch fell out. And it's like, I don't want to spoil it, but like, basically she's working at her serving job. And then this like white girl who's like got edges and has a black accent. And she's like, oh girl, like I love you. Like, do you dance? Like, let's go dance together tonight. And then they take a trip to Miami to go to, no, sorry, not Miami, Florida, to do,
Miami's in Florida.
But it was Tampa, not.
Okay.
It wasn't Miami. And then you can guess that obviously the trip to Florida didn't go to plan because there's a whole movie and 150 tweets about it. Okay. But I'm not going to spoil it. But it's so good. It's got really good like balance of like comedy, but also suspense, but also like action, but also nicely shot and interesting. Okay. I will say it's not a film that I would like necessarily recommend to like my brothers or like my parents. But like I feel like if you like us and you like the stuff we speak about, it's very that coded. Okay, like it's you know, it's about like it's a real story based on tweets about a stripper. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's very... And it's not long. It's only an hour and 20.
So, how do you spell it?
Zola, Zola. And it's on Channel 4 as well. It's an American film released years ago, but Channel 4 bought the rights, so you don't have to buy it or anything. Number 2, I've started reading again. And I've been reading... what's that called? Normal People. You know, the TV show with Paul Mescal and Daisy Edgar Jones.
Yeah.
I've not watched the show, so I'm reading it for the first time, and I'm really enjoying it. My song, I feel like this is a very old song, but I've only just discovered it. Always by... Is it Daniel Caesar?
Yeah.
By Daniel Caesar featuring Summer Walker. Anyway, thank you for listening to this week's episode. If the people want to find you, Isla, where can they find you?
You can find me on TikTok at Isla and Instagram at Isla Loba.
And you can find me on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at Looking for Lewys. You can also follow us on social medias at Popoff Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube, which is called Popoff Podcast, or subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Rate us 5 stars, and we'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Bye.